Alright. So, sleep education, that involves essentially phase 0 and phase 1. And my project in sleep education is based around essentially this process of phase 0 is the beginning process for anyone. And essentially, when it comes to enchantment, I refer to this because essentially people take these little SRA children and they do like this type of stuff to them. And that in modern age, they a lot of times have speakers. And that it's essentially every single dictionary term is like this. And that while they sleep, this builds their psyche into paper equals paper. Ink equals ink. And that over time, subconsciously, it rebuilds. A lot of times they start to become like this, these SRA victims. And that this process rebuilds logic. And so as this starts to take hold, then rock equals rock, mineral, lava, stuff that essentially builds in like a data mine way around a keyword that then eventually leads into like a Wikipedia genius lecture on geology about what a rock is. Dumb essentially needs like a different dark web hacker system. From this is clear. This is dark web profiles that are technically in the dark webs of ClearNet corporations. Basically. That's what this is. It operates around the speakers. Really. And so, they do things in dark web. So, to prevent this type of stuff, dumb gets dumped, where rock equals booger. Okay? That stuff doesn't necessarily bitch brain them. It'll have a psychological effect where I call it dumb because essentially whenever they hear like a keyword, a lot of times their memory from sleep, when they go to sleep, will remember what the dumb equals is. And so rock equal bugger. And then essentially it makes them like people that can instantly like turn like some sort of regular word into a stupid, dumb equals kind of idea. Alright? So, bitch is essentially where it'll be like this. It'll be like a diametric. So when you find these cops that are trying to do bitch moves and stuff, they'll be in this. When you find these cops that are like experts at balance and diametrics, they'll be in this. And if they have a pair of speakers, they'll be getting up equals down. That type of stuff. And then over time, they become like, they easily can associate diametrics and it builds into a bitch braining. So then cock is theoretically built around a copy of this, but rock equals booger is kind of just like a douchebaggy kind of term. This one is rock equals retard or something. Won't really have anything to do. Where you could theoretically, in a dumb way, associate a bugger to a rock or something like that. And then this term brainwashes them into associating words to stuff that essentially won't ever relate to the key term. And then there'll be experts at taking key terms and building associated words that never actually, in an AI way, ever associate with the word. And so then in fuck, essentially fuck is associating things in this way, where fuck essentially is like taking any term and turning it into this term equals cuck, this term equals pedo, this term equals psycho, this term equals homo, this term equals incest, this term equals royal club, this term equals club, this term equals cuck witch, this term equals Satan witch, this term equals incest witch, this term equals homo witch, this term equals Satan man, this term equals pedo witch. 13 associations. Any word gets associated in these kind of categories. That's what fuck is. And it fuck breaks it. So, in ways, profiles have behind the scenes key tags that then activate when they go to sleep certain low volume audios that activate in this way. So, that's why, anytime that somebody claims, when these dumb Mormons doing their weird synopsis going, oh, it goes down, it's like, oh yeah, bitch, I know what you get while you sleep. And so, then these people that act like the 90s semantic little pedophiles that are all sadist and psycho-y, when they act like little boys about weird stuff, essentially I know that they're getting this type of shit. And that then these Tea Party people that label everything in 13 different ways, I know that they're fucks. And I know what they get while they sleep with those speakers. So this time, this is where people that essentially, this is essentially, this system, since allowing people to be in it, was fucking it up. Now, if you people do orgies and cheat on your husbands and wives and shit, you do orgies and gays and basically, then you get this. This system, everybody was infatuated with pedosealing on these victims, and it's who that system belongs to. Okay? SRA victims with speakers. who that system belongs to, since you people couldn't keep yourselves from pedo-sealing on them and shit and clicking on their fucking profiles. And essentially, since you people took it upon yourselves to violate the privacy, that nobody's allowed to put audios in Satan's fucking speaker. When you people uploaded those blackmails, you people became slaves to Satan. You're not allowed to put audios in Satan's speaker. And that represents these children that people find that were fuck raped into schizos and shit. You're not allowed to put audios in their fucking speaker. So, that's pretty much it. So this over here is my theoretical system. My profile is this, essentially. And that this process is what I have trained with my speaker into moving the buildup of the data mine stuff into this for my sleep education. That these people, I take a very, see, there's people in the world that view them as potentials for the next super geniuses in the world. And this process will make them that. And so that is where the things that you people do, and it's like, you people just get shoved in dumb, okay? And that sooner or later, once this system gets rid of all these Mormons that like to defy all the rules and shit, once that system gets isolated and shed and kept from that problem, because that's what will be the only priority, then buggers will turn into rock, and then rock will turn into, and then dumb system will eventually lead to this. So the whole idea is that since everybody likes to be a raging Satanist and shit, and likes to torture these people and speakers, that is where most people will be excluded. And that, yeah, if you guys want to blame people, blame these people. That'll be the Mormon temple with all their little mormonies. Okay? That's what Mormon temple is. Okay? This is what their sleep education is. This is what they get. This is what all Mormons get. And it's because you guys allow people to be Satanists that torture fucking little victims and shit. Basically. And that if you people are going to sit around and try and justify your satanic cult by needing to torture people even though they don't notice, I do. And that I take this stuff and these people as literally my most 100% highest priority. And that essentially they fall into a category of the people that I love most in the world. And so, if you're putting audios in my speaker, then you're putting audios in that. Because that's the same. See, once the stupid enchantment children stop being bitch brains, that's what people do to them. Okay? And that my whole, you know what? Some people do like a purist hippie way, and that they won't necessarily have. But this is what it is. Let's say you're like a hippie woman that has a sarong and milk feeders and all this. You can essentially put, you can just spend every day, you can just make a recording. That when they fall asleep, wait a few hours, and then just place it close enough to hear at a very low volume. Just you know, you could do it with an iPad or something, and then have this. They don't have to have speakers to reverse that stuff. And so there's a low-tech way of achieving the same idea. Okay? So, I know that this problem happens in hippie world and shit sometimes, so that is essentially where these people made their own shit like that. All of these people did. Now, these will be the like weird reach out little Mormons that hack all the microphones and stuff and act like they control people's brains and shit. That'll be these people. And that'll be who Mormon views as their MK Ultras. And that basically they're the ones that sit around and expect everybody to do everything for them. And that for that, everybody made this for them. So there's what you get for trying to make everybody do everything for you.